give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes. Yes.
And to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
And because you believe that you're indeed guilty of this offense?
Yes.
May 18, 2022, at the location of the Huron Valley Correctional Facility. What'd you do on that date involving a Devin Smith that makes you think that you're guilty?
I ran up on her and I started stabbing her with some tweezers.
Okay. I'm assuming you did not have his permission to do that.
No.
And you did that intentionally?
Yeah, she kept fucking with me, so. Excuse my language, I'm sorry. She kept bothering me.
That's a technical term. That's what happens. Counsel, have I complied with the court rule? Would it be proper to accept this defendant's plea?
The people are satisfied.
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Court will accept the defendant's plea of guilty to this charge. Ma'am, is there anything you want to say before I impose sentence?
No.
Counsel, anything you want to say?
No, Your Honor, I will just note for the record, Ms. Lee has been in MDOC custody since February of 2017. This incident happened in beginning of 2022. It was charged at I think October of 2022, and she was just arraigned on it a few weeks ago. So I'd ask for a time served sentence.
State minimums of $125, 93 days in jail, credit 93 served. Thank you.
Thank you. So it's time served?
Pardon?
Time served?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
And I'm not messing with you.
Okay, thank you.
Court calls the case. People.
Ashley Francis? No. And that's her. Okay. Come up, ma'am, please. All right. You're Ashley Francis. Miss Francis, you're charged with assault, bodily injury. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during questions and interviews with the state detectives. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, ma'am.
On April 15, 2024, the UTP High Risk Operations Center, ROC, received a call regarding an assault at the UT Harris County Psychiatric Center, HCPC, located at 2800 South McGregor Way. Officers were dispatched to HCPC Unit 2B. Officers' body worn camera were activated. Upon arrival, they met with Wendy Lynn Ibanez, an RN, who stated that she was administering snacks and medications to patients in the unit when she witnessed the defendant push another patient, Akita Banks White.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
She,
Not talk to
I didn't hear what he said.
Don't talk to him.
I'll read it. Ivana stated that while she was administering snacks and medications to the patient to the unit, she witnessed HCPC patient, the defendant, push another HCPC patient victim, Akita Banks White, to the floor. Ms. Ivana stated that Ms. Francis was at one of the phone stations speaking on the phone and had her snack and cup of coffee at the phone station next to her. Ms. Ivana stated that the victim proceeded to walk up to the station next to the defendant, and then defendant abruptly got up and pushed the victim in the shoulder area with a lot of force, causing the victim to fall to the floor. Ms. Ivana stated that she and another nurse immediately separated the two parties. She did not notice any visible injuries on the victim, but the victim stated that her back and face hurt. So the victim called 911 and pressed charges and got EMS attention.
Okay, Ms. Francis, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. So she has this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different assaults. Are any of the prior assaults at this same location? Do they involve the same complaining witness at all?
No. They're not, they don't involve the same complainant. Let's see. They're not the same location either, Your Honor.
Now can I speak?
Are you still living at the same location?
No, sir.
Did they kick you out?
Yes, sir, they did.
Okay, where are you staying at now?
I am homeless right now, but I have to go to a treatment center today, which is in Freeport, Texas. I am changed, Judge. True enough, you can say my cases are current as far as a bodily assault or assault, but since I have not been in trouble, several things have happened to me. I have been raped, I have been molested, I have had elbow bursitis behind someone sitting up there doing domestic violence, trying to break my arm. In the Houston Area Women's Center, which is for sex trafficking and domestic violence. It's been several incidents that have happened to me since then. I got raped at a church.
Is that it?
I have changed, Judge. Those things that you know as far as prior are not going on anymore. You're looking at past tense records. And if you can look further back into past tense records, before I came in your office, this time, right now, I won 2 cases prior to that with you. I have not been in any trouble at all. This woman was very vindictive, malice, and she's having a sexual relationship with my baby father. I am currently pregnant right now. They're having a Harley.
And I wouldn't go back to this location and I wouldn't talk to this lady.
And I'm not talking to the father either, because I found out he is a sex offender and he wanted to have a psychotic, sick romance like he's the Joker and she's Harley Quinn. And they're having a sexual relationship in a psych ward. She got over my coffee and my snacks and coughed up a loogie in my coffee. So I did like this.
Okay.
Which was wrong.
Let's stay away.
But at the same token, I am sorry. I do feel empathy, sympathy, and I have not and will not put force or my hands on anyone. But when you sit up there and you think you're gonna put bodily fluids in my drink, and I tell you constantly, stop blocking my entranceway. I have several workers that work at the psychiatric. Listen, I have several workers that work there. Miss Sydney, Miss Kevin, they all will tell you that she blocks my passage.
So let's do this. I'm going to give you a lawyer today. That lawyer will be able to talk to you, get the names of those people.
Yes.
find out what happened, and we'll go from there.
And they have video footage.
Francis, the only thing I'm asking you to do not pick up any new cases. Don't get in any more trouble.
I'm not getting in any more trouble. That's why I'm trying to go to a treatment center to transition, to change those ways. I have my housing coming. I am finna be in my own apartment, finding my own job, doing my own thing, and handling my baby.
I hope so. So just hang tight. I'm gonna have Victoria get your reset now. We'll have you sign a reset. Let me just have you take a seat in the jury box while I find you a lawyer.
When I go to Brazos place, I will not be able to leave for 45 days. They said the only way that I can sit up there and go to treatment is if they do Zoom. That's why I'm here today.
I have Zoom. I use Zoom. I'll give you a lawyer. The lawyer can also help you Zoom as well. We'll figure it out. Just don't pick up any new cases. That's all I'm asking. Okay. So I'll have you go to Victoria, sign a reset, and then ma'am, if you just be so kind as to take a seat in the jury box, we'll get back to you here momentarily, okay? Please.
Right this way. Right this way. Go ahead and sign your reset, please.
Kool-Aid and put period blood in.
Oh,
I am not a fun.
Next.
hey, all right, okay, please. I need your help. Mr. Bravo, you stand charged with now assault, bodily injury. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during questions and interviews with the state of Texas. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, sir.
On April 15th at 5454 Washington Avenue, officers were dispatched an assault in progress involving weapons call at Clutch Bar parking lot. Lorenzo Castillo was arguing with an individual in the parking lot.
He's at, wait. He's at a bar?
Parking lot.
It's a restaurant, but he was the designated driver. They didn't say he was intoxicated, but he did it.
To Clutch Bar, but it was the parking lot of it. Officers were able to detain two other co-defendants, Isaac Bravo and Carlos Ventura, based on witness statements. Complainant one stated that the defendant, Lorenzo Castillo, swung at him first and he defended himself. The co-defendants then began beating him up at the same time, but was able to see how many more suspects were beating him up at the same time. Complainant one stated that he did feel pain as well to press charges. Complainant one had major injuries to his face and was checked out on scene by HFD, but did not want to get transported. Complainant two knows Lorenzo Castillo, the co-defendant. Complainant two stated that the defendant and several other suspects were beating on her boyfriend and she was hugging her boyfriend in attempts to defend him. Complainant two stated she was also struck by several punches by the defendant, Lorenzo Castillo, and other suspects. The complainant two had blood on her hands and clothing, but she stated that the blood was from her boyfriend's injuries. Complainant two pointed out a bump on her head and stated she felt pain from that bump. Witnesses viewed the defendant and co-defendants assaulting complainant one and tried to separate the complainant two from the incident as she was getting assaulted. Defendant Castillo and co-defendant Carlos Ventura went and opened the door to the car and continued to assault complainant one. Witness one stated that the defendant is a family friend and he knows the defendant's aunt. Witness two, who stated that the complainants and him were walking towards a Clutch Bar and had a verbal argument with the defendant and co-defendants, but was able to de-escalate the situation. And later on that night, that is when the complainant was ultimately assaulted by the defendant and the co-defendants on scene.
Significant injuries, you said, huh?
Checked by HFD, Your Honor. I haven't checked because the complainant one stated on scene that he's going to go to the ER on his own. He didn't want to pay for the bill. So I'm going to check with that complainant to see if there's anything more and subpoena those records.
And Judge, the police report reads this when it says defendants. I think this offense report or whatever the summary is of 3 people. And so he's reading Ventura and he's reading Castillo. And they're the
And defendant.
It's convoluted and defendant in terms of there's nothing saying what he did. they said that Ventura and Castillo went and opened the car door, started fighting this guy. According to my client, he was the designated driver. They went into this place to go eat. The other guys were drinking. They had an argument with these people before going into the place. When they come out, the argument ensues for whatever reason. My client says he tried to break it up, and then a fight ensues. So that's where we're at. Like I said, he didn't, he was just in the middle of everything, but and the police report kind of reads like that, but I mean.
I asked you to do one thing. What did I ask you to do? Stay out of trouble. You picked up an assault. Now we're revoking your bond on the DWI, you're going to jail. And I'm telling you now, you pick up a third case, I'm going to make your bond so high, you're going to flip. You understand? I'm ordering you now not to have any contact with any of these people whatsoever, no weapons, no driving, anything. You understand? Let me see. I mean, I hope that there was not a bail order or there was a affidavit that you signed promising us you wouldn't drive, because then I'm going to have a contempt hearing.
His license is good. He won the ALR hearing.
Judge, who's this on?
Bravo. All right. So he goes with you now, and then I'm going to set the bond at 5,001 on the DWI, and then that's it.
You know what? Hang on to this, because I think they checked this in with you, Joe. Because I don't know, I'm going to Washington for like a conference. Right, is that right? You'll be with his property, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna call you.
So, no contact, no weapons.
You know something? No soup for you!